Hi everyone, welcome back to What's Cooking in Ida's Kitchen. Today I'm back with another recipe, and that is mulberry and yogurt tart. So first we'll make the tart shells, which is of course an eggless recipe. So for the tart shells we require all-purpose flour, that is 70 grams. Sugar, we'll be using icing sugar, 30 grams. Butter, 15 grams, chilled water, 2.5 teaspoons, and some toasted almonds which have been slivered. So let's make the tart shells now. So the first step is to whisk the butter. So 70 grams of butter, which was at room temperature for some time. So you can see the consistency of butter softened. It is softened, and this is what we want. So it is very important to keep the measurement correctly. So you have to scrape, because I have taken 50 grams of butter and I have scraped so that I have it here 50 grams of butter. Or what you can do is, when you measure, you can take some extra so that you have in the bowl the required amount of the butter, and always at room temperature. So very carefully we will whisk. You can see the butter has slowly changed the color. So we'll scrape the sides once again and we'll whisk once more. So as the butter has become lighter and fluffier, we have added the next ingredient. It's the icing sugar. Even though it is icing sugar, I have shifted the icing sugar because sometimes it comes in lumps. So we don't want any lumps. So before we whisk again, we'll just give a stir with the spoon, because the icing sugar will tend to fly when you add the whisk. So you can see it looks like buttercream. So now it is ready for the next ingredient, and that is chilled water. Remember, the water needs to be chilled thoroughly, and we are going to use 2.5 teaspoons. 1, 2, and half. Okay, and then we'll whisk it till the water is thoroughly dissolved. So you can see the water has thoroughly emulsified. You cannot see a drop of water here. Okay, so I forgot to tell you in the ingredients itself, we'll use half a teaspoon of vanilla essence. Now we'll whisk again. It is time for the next ingredient, that is Maida. Now we'll swirl it again, and we'll also add the almonds. Now I have this, in my mind. When I whisk, I always whisk in one direction. I don't know why, but here also you can see me, I'm adding it in one direction. So then, once the Maida has been incorporated, we'll whisk it again. So we'll scrape the mixture from the sides, and it will now go inside the refrigerator for 30 minutes, so that the mixture, now it is creamy in consistency, it will harden, and then we will make the tart shells out of it. So this is the tart mixture, which is now going into the refrigerator, not the freezer but the fridge, for half an hour till it hardens, because it is very soft and creamy. It will not be possible to work with it. So this we pop it into the fridge for half an hour. So you can see it's just out of the fridge, and it is hardened into a bowl. So now what I'm going to do is, I'll just dust my granite flour with Maida. Now I think you all know the tricks, always from one angle, and in goes the tart mixture. And we have to be a bit quick now. So we'll knead. Now see, and we not knead like we need, you know, our rotis and chapatis. With very soft hands, we knead. And then these are the tart shells where I'm going to line it. Okay. Now I'll follow our technique. What I'll do is I'll line one of the tart shells like this. Okay. And then we use this for pressing the tart shell into the other tart shell. We'll make small bowls, okay, and we'll line the tart molds. Now when you line the tart molds, there is no need of greasing. I have not greased because we have added quite an amount of butter, so there is no need to grease. Remember, your surface has to be a clean surface. Now what we do is, this is the thing that I made, no? So that the insides, you know, is properly. So next, we'll continue till we fill all the tart molds. We're ready with the, you know, the tart shells are lined. Now what we'll do is, because we do not want the tart shells to rise, okay, so we'll add a few lentils or rajma, whatever you have, or you can also prick it with a fork. Same thing, it will not. We don't want the tart shell to rise. That's the main concept, and why that is why we make it heavy here, no? And then the tart shells will go into the oven, which is preheated at 160 degrees centigrade. So now they are ready to go inside a preheated oven at 160 degrees centigrade for 10 to 12 minutes until the edges are golden brown. So that's when you have to take them out from the oven. So our tart shells are ready and out of the oven. And how nice and lovely they look, and they are delicious too. You can see they look lovely, and you also can see the almond slivers that I have added to the tart mixture. Now this tart shell needs to be filled with an equally delicious tart filling, and so here we are now going to make the delicious tart filling, for which we require equal amounts of hung curd, condensed milk, cream, and a magic portion. What is it? It is nothing but mulberry syrup. So you can find a recipe for making the mulberry syrup in the link provided here. And we have some nice and colorful berries for garnish. So let's start. We'll add the hung curd, the condensed milk, and we'll whisk. Initially it might be difficult, but as you whisk, the mixture will become creamier. But we have to whisk properly because we want to break the lumps of your hung curd. So you can see it has become a thick, creamy mixture. Now in goes our cream, fresh cream. You can also use the electric whisk if you have it. Now the tart shells which we have baked, you can store it for about 1 to 2 weeks in an airtight container in the fridge. So this is what we want. Okay, now it's time for the magic potion, that is the mulberry syrup. I have added 1 tablespoon. So we'll add 1 more because we want a good strong color. And remember, mulberry is rich in antioxidant. So, the more you add, the better. Now I'll add half a teaspoon more. Okay, so now this is ready. Okay, and our tart shells, the freshly baked tart shells, of course these are cooled, is also ready. And now it's time for filling them. So in goes the filling. So it's ready. Okay, now we snip off the tip. Yes. So very gently. We fill each and every tart shells with this beautiful purple filling. So now this is ready to go into the oven once again. Same temperature, preheated oven at 160 degrees centigrade for 20 minutes. So this is out of the oven. Baked yogurt and mulberry tart, still very hot. So you can put any topping of your choice. I'll put, it's a mulberry. So I'll put some mulberry to add, you know, some color to it. Then you can top with any fruit, fresh fruit, dry fruit, anything of your choice. So because I'm using the mulberry syrup, I'm using a pink color fruit because the blueberries will not show, the color will not show. So now it is ready for to have a look. How does it look? So if you like this recipe, do not forget to share, subscribe to What's Cooking in Agnes Kitchen. Until another interesting recipe, stay safe and stay healthy.